maybe it's time for I'm Mad.
I think it is time for You're Mad.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Well, let's start off this week with going to the I'm Mad email inbox.
Okay.
Right? Remember, if you want to email us to tell us what you're mad about, you can send us an email at trailsidedukes@gmail.com. And maybe yours will get read. So looking here, we've got, we're going to start out with our buddy Tim, Duke's Crew proud member. He says, I'm mad that there hasn't been any mention about the 6-0 Air Force football team on the show.
Terrible, Corey. Shame on us.
Yes, I've thought about it. Probably around the time he was ready to fire this one off at us.
It's time.
So it is time. Air Force is 6-0. They've been playing some great ball.
Kicking butt in the Mountain West. Yep. Fun.
We have a kid on the team that was a great Viking player for us. Great lineman, friends of our kids, and hopefully we can get them on the show, and we'll do a little interview with them, huh?
Tim Cohall, legendary coach for football at Coeur d'Alene High School, has a beautiful family, and one of his sons, Jackson, is a guard for Air Force. So the family's super proud, and we are too. Like Jackson is a great human. He's a big human. And good for Air Force, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're
doing well.
They don't they're recruiting not just an athlete, but they're recruiting officers and people of character that are going into the military that could possibly go to war for our country. So
right.
Like superstar kids, and what's amazing is that their O-linemen, although big and fast and all that, they're not necessarily the prototypical D1 linemen that some of the other schools get because, all those other factors that go into it. And so Jackson is looking at being a pilot, and he is in the mix and playing his heart out for Air Force. So we're big fans. Go Air Force. And then I think there's another tie-in to this, right? Because the family's going out to see their next game.
Yeah, you see, he says, looking for some advice from you.
Okay.
He says, I'm going to the game this weekend in Annapolis, and it's supposed to be raining. I will probably have some beverages at some point during the game and need to use the facility. So the question is, at what level of wetness do I stay in my seat and let it flow?
Oh, boy.
Instead of making my way to the facilities?
Okay.
He's only asking, he says, because he knows that you have some experience in this matter.
Coach Cohall and we coached together with our kids for, middle school football, and 8th grade football was big because we won this 8th grade championship, awesome stuff. But
fun. That
season it rained quite a few games. And so one of the games in particular Coach Cohall's talking about was intense game, the championship game, and we were just coaching our butts off, and halftime, like just making adjustments and talking to kids, and I probably had to pee from the first quarter on. But I just
big game,
exciting. I couldn't take the time to just run to the bathroom. I didn't want to lose any time with the kids, and I was already soaked anyways because it was one of those Coeur d'Alene rains where the rain's just coming down. So I mean, I didn't make it a big deal with the kids, but with the coaches on the sideline when they started playing the game, I go, coaches, just to let you know, and they saw the river kind of coming out my pant leg. But you do whatever it takes. You do whatever it takes as a coach
to get a win.
To get a win,
you're there for the kids. You do whatever it takes to
it's
to
not
help
like
the
I
kids
had
win.
khakis on and it was 70 degrees and sunny, right? Like, I was soaked, so nobody knew. And so now some people know that I urinated myself during a game. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate your support.
So you shared the story. I mean, what's your answer to Tim? Like, how far? Like, does he let it flow?
Well, Tim, if you're wearing khakis and it's sunny out, I would recommend don't do it. But if it's pouring rain and you got dark pants on and you're in Annapolis, let her rip, baby. Whatever it takes.
There you go. Okay, Tim. Thanks for writing into us. The next one we have here is from Coach Prime.
Okay.
Here it is.
My man Dion.
Dion. He says, Coach Prime here. I'm freaking mad. My players quit and were complacent. We blew the biggest league in team history. None of it's my fault. Also, the double OT loss was not, was not only the players' fault, but it was also too late at night. So that's what he says. Love the show. Love what you guys are doing. And that's what he's mad about.
You know, he's put himself on a pedestal and he's drawn a lot of attention to himself. He's wearing the gold, you know what I mean, headphones and
I
you
did
know
see
what?
those.
Like, whatever. Like, if that's going to be him, he's putting a target on his chest. And you know, Dion, I think you should, you know, maybe do some yoga, some meditation. If you're gonna put that target on your chest, you don't be mad. You know what I mean? Just relax a little bit. Keep being you, you know, and, you know, maybe tone down a little bit of the gold. You know, this isn't like, you know, I don't know.
I know it's one of the team colors, so maybe that's part of it. I don't really know.
Okay.
But I've seen them beat some great teams and have some awesome victories earlier in the season. Looking at the rest of their schedule, I think they're going to bounce back. I think they might make it into a bowl. That's my prediction.
Okay.
So he might be mad now, but I'm sure he'll get things turned around and maybe won't be so mad later on.
He's got to be a good coach. I mean, he's done some things and changed the culture. So
Right.
okay.
All right. Well, thanks, Prime Time, Coach Prime, for emailing us here at the show. I'm glad he's a fan. That's
For sure.
cool.
For sure.
Let's see. We can talk about the Vandal fans being mad, right? We kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know if this will make them any happier, but I don't know if you also know this, but I was actually Joe Vandal for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was able to get some photos taken of me while I was out
Really?
and about. Yeah.
Little expose.
My vision was to be able to have a Vandal calendar. And so I did different poses. One of them may or may not have been on the beach, a beach shot.
Are you going to post this one?
Yeah,
for
yeah.
us?
Everybody can see it right now up there on the screen.
Nice. Wow, look at that. Nice legs,
Yep.
Joe Vandal.
Laying there on the sand in all the glory. So, so I was actually Joe Vandal for a little bit. And
They should have put
usually
that
don't-
up
You
on
don't
the-
say like, "Hey, I was the mascot" or anything like that. But it's been years. So.
Right. Maybe they should have posted that up on the big screen in the fourth quarter. Maybe that would have given, those guys a little boost.
Right. Yep. So the Vandal fans are a little bit upset. A couple of calls that didn't go their way. The onside kick thing was still a very
Controversial.
very controversial. And you know what? I mean, to be honest, I was at the game and there wasn't much to root for until like the last 8 minutes got very interesting.
Yep.
So
Yep.
a lot of craziness going on, Vandals coming back and scoring, and the place was going nuts. So when that call was made, there were not a lot of happy Vandal fans. That's for sure.
Fun to see that atmosphere back.
It
at the
was
Kibbe
cool.
Dome.
It was cool.
Fun.
I hadn't been to the Kibbe Dome where it was like that since I was a kid.
Right.
They had some good teams back then in the Big Sky for the Vandals, and this felt like one of those games.
John Freeze, Coeur d'Alene
Yeah.
kid. Okay.
Yeah, it was sold out crowd, fun game, fun environment. I think it'll be a great game coming up against Montana State. So
That's another big one. Vandals don't catch a break.
right, yep. But if you're going to be,
You're going to find out who you are.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. I know who Chad Murray's cheering for.
You know who else might be upset? I had a long "I'm mad" segment here, but I think Chad Murray is upset, not just because of the Vandal loss, but when we were on the way down, he was hungry, so he got a sandwich from the grocery store and it was sealed, and before he could open it, there was a fly that was in there.
Can we see a
with
picture
the
of it on the
sandwich.
show?
Here it is, right here.
Here it is. Oh,
And
geez.
so the fly was actually trapped in there before they sealed it.
Is that a
somehow.
fly or a hornet?
It's like half fly, half hornet. I don't know. The thing was crazy. So
I wonder if it was like some kind of biological experiment. Maybe those U of I researchers were doing and it got sucked in there.
I don't know. Chad wasn't hungry enough to find out. So he tossed it.
He should have ate it. He could have like some fly superpowers right now.
I don't know, but
What a sissy.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's everything for I'm Mad. Crazy one this week for I'm Mad.
Yep.